Feedback. Feedback.
Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinda,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you.
Feedback. Feedback. Feedback.
And take us along with you. You're tuned in to Feedback, a positive image production by Hood Research. My name is Theo Broughton, co-founder of Hood Research, along with Reggie Crawford, other co-founder, and my co-host.
Thabiti Mpinda, and we welcome you to the program.
You know, this is a good day, even though it's cold. You know, we got up to, 50, 60 degrees over the weekend, and here we go again. But it's that time of year, you know. And it's the holiday season, and people are in a pretty good mood. And we're going to talk about some of the issues about the moods that people are in. But first, we want you to know that Hood Research is always looking for information to share with you and encouraging you to share with us. We have areas outlined, I should say, other social media outlets, and also an opportunity for you to go to the app and put us on your phone. So like I say, you can take us along with you. I need to say good morning to Sister Fedora and to Charlene and to Katrina and Tawana and Tijuana and to Carl and to Ron and Melvin, and just, so many people we continue to meet as we go throughout the community to various events. And of course, right now, this time of year, there are a lot of events taking place. Thabiti, you have some people you want to say good morning to?
Shout out to Sister Jackie. She's one of our faithful viewers. And I happened to run into her over the weekend, and she's still out there on the front lines, making people aware, trying to have them become engaged. So I want to give a big shout out to Sister Jackie, but also Sister Ruth. I saw her son the same day because we all sort of grew up around each other, so to speak. Shouts out to Clementine and Gladys and Brother Boatwright, Dennis Boatwright, also Professor Griggs. And as I ask you all always to have your pen and paper handy, because there will be information you want to record and keep. And as you see the numbers at the bottom of the screen, write those down so that way you'll also be able to call in and engage in conversation with us.
Absolutely. We have with us this morning a guest, and we're going to talk about several issues that are going on, and hope that the information that we share, you can share with others. There are just so many things going on around this world. And Thabiti, this major worldwide issue of the conflict.
Yes.
And it seems to be multiplying. We first hear about Ukraine and Russia, and now the conflict there is getting larger. I mean, no apparent reason, but just that Putin, who's in charge of Russia, is a bully. And they're about to have some kind of election, and he wants to run again, and obviously I just have to say a little prayer for those who may have been in that home over there on Davison, a big fire on Davison, and then the car accident. I think about James Ford when you see the reports on TV about the car accidents, and this one was driving too fast, went through the light, went through the stop sign. And he's someone who's very passionate about doing what he can to slow that down. It would be good if we could look forward to it being eliminated, but of course, that's that's a lot to look forward to, and not necessarily impossible. But it is being reported not just in Detroit, but in cities and states all over the country.
Absolutely.
So we just have to know that his passion for addressing that issue of running through red lights and just disrespect. That is a lot of it, disrespect.
I recall, let's say in the 70s, when they used to have those traffic posters that were posted either on street lights or maybe the poles that would be at the intersection, and it always would say, watch out for the other guy. That's what you got to do nowadays, watch out for the other guy, because we don't necessarily see them as, well, as you said, it's gotten a lot more reckless. And I just want to add, since we are speaking with Brother James Ford, and shout out to him, that this September coming, he's going to, so you guys stay tuned to this station and stay tuned, especially to this program in September. He wants to take a bus to Lansing, so that way we can kind of put it in the face of the legislators and let them know that this is not Republican, Democrat, black, white, Asian, Hispanic. This is a human problem of us having, and I see it daily. I'm out there daily. I see people doing this daily. Some may stop and then run a red light, and some just blow right through it like they don't think there's any cross intersection traffic coming. So it's better to drive slow and get where you're going than not get there at all.
Right. And it's sad that people who drive like that, they just assume that everyone is going to get out of their way. And so they really pay no attention to the cross traffic that's coming. It's unfortunate that we have that kind of attitude. And, people talk about, it's in the home. It goes back to the home. It goes back to the home. Well, if there's no one at home, it can't go back to the home. And I talk about education. And within the schools, Thabiti, we had child development. I remember having to purchase that book. They had home economics. They had the mild kinds of repairs for vehicles that our young teens learned about. And there was so much basic information. They even taught them a bit about banking and checkbooks and none of that seems to be available anymore. But it's quite annoying when you hear that cursive is not being taught. Can you imagine?
Yeah, how do you put a signature down if you don't know how to make a signature?
Exactly. What do you put on your driver's license and state ID? Is it an X? How that doesn't identify anybody.
We may be going back that way. I hate to say it. They're taking dictionaries out of schools in Florida now because certain words in there. Yes, it's like if the word sex is in there and certain other words, they figure that's a little too sensitive for students to have. So they're actually taking. This is Florida, but Florida's been nuts for a long time. Good weather, but nuts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they're taking some of those out because the words are objectionable, and they say this is giving librarians a fit because they don't really know what to do now because the governor, DeSantis, and the state legislature, which is, let's say, predominantly Republican, and the school board as well for the state, that oversees the state, all of them are just on this crazy adventure that has a dead end or a cliff to go off.
Oh, man. Well, speaking of school boards, and throw in the superintendent, tomorrow, Tuesday, 5 p.m. at East English Village School, formerly known as Finney. It's at 5020 Cashew on the east side, is where the school board meeting is taking place. Now, if you intend to speak to the superintendent and the school board members, you need to be there prior to 5:30 so that you can sign in and get your name, on the list. And that's for a couple of reasons. One, to get the information that you want to share to the superintendent and school board. But two, and probably more important, is to have those in the audience and to have those who are on a Zoom call to hear what you have to say. Now, it seems to me that all of this chaos began when John Engler was the governor of the state. And at that time, the curriculum was just attacked. I can't think of a better word right now. And many of the classes and life skills were eliminated from the schools. And you people talk about starting in the home. Well, we know that in the home, many times the mother and the father have to work for the necessities of the family. And many times there is no grandmother or grandfather in the home. We hear people talk about them being there, and some people used to call them Big Mama and Big Daddy or whatever. Right. And they're not there anymore. So you have to be concerned about what is being taught on the school level that your children are going to be exposed to.
This is so critical because, and when you, as you say, the mother and father could be working, and then you take it to the next level, it could be a single parent household, and that particular parent's maybe working 2 jobs in order to try to sustain some type of a decent level of living for their children. And when they come in, they're just dead tired, as much as they want to help. And along with that, they used to come up with this new math stuff. It's hard enough for us to deal with what we dealt with is just regular math. So the parents are not really equipped to be able to help a child maybe with their homework studies if the schools could have, and my granddaughter, she's in the DPS, I hate the DPS CD thing, but just the same, she's in that, and they do have at her particular school some after school help if you want tutoring in math or certain other subjects. So that's helpful, but we need the schools to be involved in supplementing what parents may not be able to do. Parents can't make it to these I know they used to call them PTA. I forgot the new term that they use for parents to come.
LSCO.
Okay, yeah. It's been a while since my children have been to school. Y'all forgive me. But yeah, they have some after-school programs that will help a child basically to supplement if their skills in a particular area, science, math, English, may be weak. But I would also encourage, we have all these churches, the churches should be involved. I'm sure there's teachers. Generally, you have a middle class, let's say regular class and middle class type of people who will attend, particularly these mega churches. If you're retired, give some of your time, donate it, because you're building a community when you build a child. And they need that. And the old idea of, and they're trying to bring this back, we'll see if it's successful, have classes in financial literacy. Let them know how to work with a bank book, assets, liabilities. It's just life skills, because you're going to deal with life.
Right. And the governor signed a new law that students have to take a test prior to graduating from high school in financial literacy. So I've not heard much since she filed that. It was last month. Seems to me like it was before the Christmas holidays, and that's a requirement now. But as I say, I've not heard a lot of conversation about it, and that's unfortunate because we should be having tutoring in that area if the classes are not already put on the curriculum.
Life skills, because let's bear in mind that these children, teenagers, the young adults, soon to be adults, once they graduate from high school, they may or may not go into a higher learning system, college, community college or such, but they're still going to be working. They're still going to have a paycheck. They need to know about how their wages are made. We do have a caller, and we'll get back to our conversation about education because that's what we're here for.
That may be our guest this morning.
Hello, caller. You're on the air. Would you share your name and how you're viewing us, please? Hello, caller. You're on the air.
I can hear you guys. You can't hear me?
Yes, we hear you now.
Oh, Slide Go Silverado, WHPRTV.com, watching you live on my laptop.
All right.
Yay!
Yes.
See you guys.
Thanks for joining.
I wanted to share some news with you if I could pull it up. Please
Sure.
don't get upset because sometimes these phones be acting up, but I got to get this information out regarding some hearings and the dates.
Oh.
And the people that are involved in the hearings and what's it all about, Alfie?
Got two singers here.
Okay, let's see. It's the Michigan Independent Citizens Redistricting Commission. So there's going to be some hearings, and I'm going to, instead of just putting all the different representatives in the districts and all the different dignitaries that's supposed to be involved, got council people, state reps, and everybody that's involved in this because these redistricting is impacting so many of our districts.
Right, right.
And it's unfair. So they're going to have a bunch of hearings from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They're all going to be at the Cobo Hall, and there's going to be some set up at the Cadillac Place. So what I'm going to do is just make sure you guys give everybody the oh, Lord, I don't see it. I was going to give you the information on how to get in touch with the different people, or I'm going to look that up and call you back so that you have, everybody would have access to look up the information for the dates.
Well, in the meantime, there is a press conference today.
Okay.
2 Woodward Avenue, right in front of the Spirit of Detroit statue. It's being called today at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. today because one of the people that was going to be a guest with us this morning is going to be speaking at that press conference.
Oh,
and
yeah, it says 10 to 3, 6 to
10 a.m. 10 a.m. is when it's starting this morning.
January 22nd from 10 a.m. to 3. So that must be the what I'm talking about, the Michigan Independent
going on in different
places. Commissioner.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It starts today. Yeah.
Right. Well, people need to know they're not going to be standing outside from 10 to 3. That's what is that, like 5 hours. But the other information that you were sharing, that is going to be at the Huntington Place, formerly known as Cobo Hall.
That's what this is, because it says Monday the 22nd, 10 a.m. Then they have another one at 3 p.m. And then there's another one 6 to 8:30. And so they're going to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And this is all about this Citizen Redistricting Commissioner. They seek to hear from Michigan residents.
Right, right.
Yeah, so it's going on today, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday. Oh, well, the whole week. And so there's different places and different times. So it's going to be at the Huntington, which is Cobo Hall, and the Cadillac, that's over there on the boulevard.
On the boulevard?
Oh, right at Cass.
Yeah, 3044 West Grand Boulevard.
Oh,
The
okay.
commissioner will, so they're going to be there also. So what I'm going to do is call you back as soon as I look up the details for people to look up all the schedules. So if they don't make it today, they can make it one day this week.
Okay.
So
That
I'll give
sounds
you a call
good.
back and get
Oh,
that
wonderful. Okay.
website for everybody to get the schedules.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes.
You're welcome.
I'm glad that she called in because the press conference at 10 o'clock, there are those who are out listening, to us who may have an opportunity to go over to the Spirit of Detroit that's in front of the Coleman Young Municipal Center. People call it KMAC. They always have to shorten everything, huh? Formerly known as the City County Building.
It's interesting. Everything, like you said, is being shortened. Either becomes an acronym or like GLEWA, Great Lakes Water Authority. Now it's GLEWA, so if you say it, half the people won't know what you're talking about,
Exactly.
And I don't know if that's intentional or not, but the redistricting thing, maybe you can bring, I'm going to give what little bit I know, but then you can help me out with this deal. Now, as far as I know, the redistricting thing has to do with the lines in terms of voting. And I think we brought up on this show a few weeks ago how the Brighton was included. Brighton right here in Detroit in the Finkel area, Burt Road, that area is being coupled with Birmingham, one of the bougie suburbs. How do you do that?
Yeah, right. There was a trick in it.
Gerrymandering at its highest.
Yes, absolutely. Well, what I observed happening in the very beginning was if you were an elected official or had been an elected official, you could not try to get on that committee. They only wanted what they say, just voters, just ordinary everyday people. What they didn't tell you was the committee helping with that were all very knowledgeable people, and they knew what they were doing, and they knew how they were directing the novice, I would call them. And so what they didn't know was there was going to be a challenge to it, which is going on now. Okay. So we have someone on the line.
Yes, and I just want to tell everyone, you see me demonstrating. I have my pen and paper handy. I've been taking notes. I hope you're taking notes too. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Would you share your name and how you're viewing us, please?
Good morning. This is Vera speaking, and I'm looking at you on TV.
Oh. Well, thank you. Thank you. Oh, goodness.
Yes. Okay, I just wanted to add a little more information. This is regarding the schools.
Okay.
I just got a call from Go Lightly School that they're having their Legacy Buffet on Thursday, February 8th, 11 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to call and make your reservations if you want to come.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
And it's $25 per person. But this is to help the school culinary program. You know all about that.
Yes.
So,
That is wonderful. Okay. Now, during Black History Month, February the 8th, what day is February the 8th?
it's going to be Thursday, February 8th. And
Thursday.
it's called Legacy Buffet.
Ah, Legacy Buffet. This is during the month of
Thursday,
February,
February
Black
8th.
Okay. Month. Okay.
11 o'clock.
Thursday, February the 8th. And you have to call the school to reserve, you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you pay at the door. That's how it works. You don't have to get tickets
Yes,
in advance
yes.
or whatever. Oh.
Well, that's correct.
And it's $25 per person.
Yes.
Okay, and I must say the culinary arts program at Go Lightly has been in existence for quite a number of years, and it's a wonderful program. The students get an opportunity to learn about the restaurant opportunities, and there are those that I have come across when going out for lunch or dinner, and the young students. There's something about the way that they're taught that is so professional, that is so what's a good word? Caring, if you will, about the diners. And then, I would ask them, did you take the culinary arts program, at DPS? And they smile. Yes, I did. Then I ask them, well, which one, program that they went through. And they're so proud of all that they learned in that culinary arts program.
And I would like to add, and we want to ask our other caller to hold on. I want to add that I worked there with an outside contractor at Golightly, and one of the things that we noticed while we were working inside the building, we would see students with the round tray and it may have a picture on it with 4 glasses, and they were walking up and down the halls practicing so that way they could get used to bussing tables. Mm-hmm. And they also gave us free pastry and stuff. So that was an unexpected bonus that we got from Golightly as well. So, and that was, I've been over there like maybe 15, 20 years ago. So they've got an excellent program.
Oh, yes, they do. Yeah, so I'll be looking forward to participating over there. Thursday, February the 8th.
Okay.
Okay. Now,
I'll see you again.
okay.
Bye.
Thanks.
I'm thinking that this is our guest on the line, so feel free to call back.
Okay, we're at the bottom of the hour. We want to ask our caller to hold on. We're going to take this station ID, and we want to let everyone else prepare themselves and come on back and join us.
All right, and we'll be back momentarily.
I'm James Ford, founder of the Obama Weekend, and a partner of the Hood Research Team, composed of the knowledgeable Theo Broden, the super analyst Henry, and the colorful Al Martin. This team discusses politics, seen and not seen, at the national, state, and local level. But to enhance the goals of this team, join or donate to Hood Research by visiting Twitter or Facebook, or visit hoodresearch.org, or call 248-234-2371. You can also join Hood Research on Phonecast every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time by calling 978-990-5000, access code 338729. Thank you very much.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
Everybody settle. Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hold on a few seconds. There gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist, a little turn, cut-off. It's showtime! It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome our first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Wallman.
Wooden Woodland here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chin and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminski here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin, yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the...
Chew!
That's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
Feedback.
Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinda,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you.
Feedback.
Take us along with you. And we are back. There is so much going on. And Sly Stone was going to share some additional information about the issues that are going on. And this redistricting is definitely not for the benefit of the African American community. And there's been all of a sudden folks like, hey, wait a minute, what's going on? What are they doing to us? Well, you know, when they were organizing this thing, I kept saying, why would you want novice on the committee and have the experts guiding them? And exactly that's what they did. They guided them to steer around the areas where we live so that we would not have any significant blocking or right or effect, you know. So
Neutralize our vote. And Sliso, we want to bring you back in, young lady, to give us those details, contact information and such. Do we have you here, Sliso?
Oh, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, the Michigan Independent Citizens Redistricting Commissions. Lansing, Michigan, the Independent Citizen Redistricting Commission seeks to hear from all Michigan residents, especially those impacted by the reconfiguration of Michigan's House of Representative Districts 1, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, and 14. And its in-person meeting is today at the Cobo Hall. It starts at 10, it ends at 3. They have another session that starts at 6 and ends at 8:30. So today and tomorrow you can go to the 10 a.m. to the 3 p.m. and then another one starts from 6 to 8. Wednesday they're going to be at the Cadillac, which is 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Thursday, Cadillac, 9 a.m. to 5:30. But you can go online as well. So they are going to, I'm going to give you, for more information to see the agenda for each day, visit Commissioner's website at www.michigan.gov/ let me see if that's two. Oh, yeah, / capital MICRC. www.michigan.gov/ capital letters MICRC. MICRC. Then there's a phone number, 517-335-3333. 517-335-3333. Michigan.gov/MICRC. This way you can catch the meeting, if not today, later on this evening, or the rest of the week they're going to have it where you can do it online or you can show up in person. I would rather show up in person because you know how techno difficulties will be another barrier for those who can't get their comments through.
Right, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, and keep your hands off my Social Security. How you going to take away my investments?
Oh, yes. This candidate for the presidency, Nikki Berry, Nikki Haley, thank you, wants to eliminate Social Security.
Okay.
And take that money.
So your investments can go somewhere else, right?
Outside of the United States. We want allies, so let us pay them to be our allies at the expense of those who are on Social Security. There are seniors on Social Security, and there are the disabled on Social Security as well. So
that's all they have.
Exactly. So there will be a lot of homeless people, more homeless people than there are now. So she has some strange ideas.
It's amazing to me how they try to legalize causing more man-made poverty. How can you legalize that? Because we've been watching them do it in so many ways, with the gentrification and the education system, How you going to take our children? We pay taxes for these schools that they close down, and they send our children to another district. So wherever the child goes, is that where the money goes?
Exactly.
Okay.
And the governor has increased the money, so we're told, to $9,000 per student. So, of course, all of that money would be going to that
herded
city.
like cattle and sheep for somebody else to get the money.
Exactly. That's what it's for.
It's a big mess.
And that's why we need everyone to really be involved. The information that Sly Soul gave us, it's so easy when you can just pick up your phone. You can't go wrong with that. You're right there with it. Everybody's basically clutching their phone as if it were some sort of a health thing. And we just need to... your involvement doesn't have to be where you have to be present, although, as Sly Soul said, I agree, being present, you have a greater effect, just like when you're talking on the phone to a creditor. If you can be right there in their face, they see you as a human and not as just a voice. So I ask you all, again, to have your pen and paper handy, because this is information you really need to know, not voting for the next American Idol or some other nonsense.
Exactly. That you're not getting paid for it,
Who has no impact on your safety and security.
And what's interesting to me, the Nikki Haley and that whole group of folks who are having their caucus meetings take place now are trying to say the economy is bad. Oh, nothing is going well with the economy. But in the meantime, the Lions, we're playing football, and I believe the cheapest ticket was $400 per person. Is that right?
$400 to $500, yes.
$400 to $500 per person, and of course there were other things going on where the tickets were even higher than that.
Theo, I just read that the land that Little Caesars is sitting on, which the taxpayers were burdened to help build the Caesars, and the land that they sitting on, they don't even have to pay taxes on it. But they took our tax monies to build.
Right. Well, they don't own. In other words, Illich does not own Little Caesars Arena. Okay, I repeat that. Illich does not own Little Caesars Arena. The what do they call it? Athletic committee involved with the DDA, Downtown Development Authority, actually own that arena. So it is it is on us. If it needs repairs, our taxes are going to make those repairs.
Oh, so the schools and libraries can just be shut down because they're going to take their money too. The tax capture.
Mm-hmm.
The hearing, they said the hearings, who former state representative is Sherry Gay Denego is the plaintiff agent and the spokesperson plaintiff. They have Detroit and Wayne County leadership, which is Commissioner Chairwoman Alicia Bell, the county clerk Kathy Garrett, City of Detroit President Mary Sheffield. They got Councilwoman Letitia Johnson and Mary Waters. Who is Virginia Williams? City Council President Pro Tem Virginia Williams, former state representative Latoya Garrett, Attorney Jennifer Green, Clark here, just to name a few, represented City of Detroit retirees from the City of Detroit bankruptcy and community stakeholders. So I guess all of them are part of the hearing and the plaintiffs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so let's hope that we got some good leadership in the conference to help support the people for a change, because it's the people that are always catching the heck, the hell, the hardships.
Yeah, they not only should be present, but make noise. As we say, we ask our individual citizens to participate and become a part of it. Well, those who are supposedly the movers and shakers should be making more noise. Don't compromise the people's rights just for the sake that you can have a title as you represent whatever office, organization you may be in. That's not enough. The citizens is over 600,000, so they say, citizens in Detroit. Speak up for those citizens. Don't let them dilute or disenfranchise us, basically take away our right to participate in this political process, because that's what it's all about. If you don't have enough people, if only one person's pushing the car, it ain't going it ain't going far, if at all. But once we start pushing that together, and I just encourage all of our elected and selected representatives to make some noise.
Exactly.
Wow.
Heaven help us all.
Right.
And they say, God bless the child that has his own. Well, what we have, we don't want taken away. We want to build on that. And this shirt that I have on, I just got to give a quick shout out to Sean Watkins, WHPR. The shirt is about generational wealth. That's another thing we build. If we can't control the politics, as Malcolm said, if we cannot control the politics, the economics, and the social let's say organizations in our community, then that means someone else is controlling it. If somebody else is controlling it, then we're at their mercy. And we've been in this country 400 years at their mercy. There's a time that has to run out, and the time has been passed. So,
and you know what? I'm glad you said that, because that's what's going on with all these authorities. How the heck you gonna take our assets and control everything, including the profits?
Exactly.
There's something wrong with that picture.
Right.
Now, I want either one of you to help me on this, because I was listening to this conversation. Now, I believe, again, correct me if I'm wrong, that GLEWA, or the Great Lakes Water Authority, has a 30-year maybe contract.
Yeah.
Okay, and if I'm correct, I believe the Belle Isle, which became part of the state parcel, I believe that's 100 years.
It was no, it's 30.
30,
and at the end of the 30,
they're gonna give them probably another 30.
Right, they're gonna reenact another 30.
Expires.
So that's basically in perpetuity. And what I'm saying when bringing this up, and I'm glad that the ladies were able to, fill me in, is that we can see that they have tightened their grip. First, they get a long contract so that way the people who are concerned like us, we will have, moved or aged on. And if there's no one in the young group to pick up that baton, so to speak, because we're in a marathon, this ain't no sprint. If they aren't able, to pick up the baton and carry on, then they will accept what's going on as if it's normal, which is not normal. This stuff was voted in or taken away under some pretense, and now as if the I guess the Department of Natural Resources could do a better job than what. And our city council, I have to say, they weren't doing much with Belle Isle that they could have. They let Penske come in with the Grand Prix. They weren't doing what they were supposed to, but this was a way to let corporate America get in, or let's say Republicans with power get in and say, look, we don't think Detroiters are smart enough to run their own, so let us get involved in it. Yeah. Even with I'm not mad about the fact that we can go to DIA and some of these other places without having to pay. I don't mind that part because we need education, cultural and otherwise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I was disappointed when the DIA brought over the mummies from Africa, and we did end up having them at the Dr. Charles Wright Museum of African American History for, I believe it was 3 days. Mm-hmm. And I just kept thinking, well, wait a minute. We have our own museum, but why are displays going everywhere else? So the only thing that is, I guess, plausible is the fact that they may have needed a temperature control.
They have been doing a lot of renovating over there at the Wrights Museum, so maybe that could have been a possibility that they right now couldn't reserve it or something.
And I'll just add, and since you said that there, I had worked temporarily out at the Greenfield Village, and I know that they had some areas that, as you say, were temperature controlled to preserve, particularly things that were old and just couldn't be exposed to regular air. They may keep them in nitrogen cases or something on that level. So, I can understand that part of it.
Mm-hmm. Right. That could be the possibility, yeah. Yes.
But I just thought that there could have been an arrangement made. Seems like they could have explained what was needed for our museum to have them on display. Right. Yeah. But for whatever reason, they couldn't get that worked out. Right. So, yeah.
Well, y'all know how the colonizers work.
Yes. Yeah.
They always work whatever. If they can't get nothing out of it, they're not going to be involved. So you already know they got hidden agendas,
right?
For putting their 2 cents in.
Yeah, but one that should not have depended on temperature was the Mandela exhibit, which was free last Monday. The Mandela exhibit was at the Ford Museum, Henry Ford Museum, which is on Greenfield. Whether it be Allen Park there.
Is that Dearborn? Is that Dearborn?
No, it's past Dearborn.
Oh, okay.
It's Allen Park. It's across the Southfield Freeway from what's that hospital? Camanos Hospital. It is there, and just the idea that they would be there. So the only other consideration I could think of was the amount of money that it would take to transport artifacts from one country to another country. That's the only thing that made sense. Otherwise, why are we having all of our legacy artifacts, transported and moved everywhere except to our museum?
Well, one of the things, and I have no idea, just thoughts, but one of the things is that we know that Greenfield Village, a.k.a. the Henry Ford or the Ford, the donors, the benefactors, the philanthropists, they throw in big money into that place. Yeah. It's always been that way. The fact that it's even got Henry Ford's name on it, we know that perhaps the Ford family, the Ford Foundation, or somewhere in that mix are all supplying that. And the money that, they charge for admission, they know that that's I guess they want to consider that a safer environment, although our cultural center is safe without question. I mean, it's all in the Wayne State area. But I would think that the benefactors and those who are patrons and donate and continue to, keep Henry Ford viable and I guess a world-class touring place as opposed to the Charles Wright Museum of African American History. And then we don't, as we should, we don't really take the time to maybe bring our children. If it's African World Festival, certain little things, we may bring our children to. But if it's only a few events a year that pop up, then that means they're not really getting money on a regular basis. I don't even know, and you all can help me with this too, I'm sure. I'm not sure if, like I know schools back in the day, even with my granddaughter, field trips, exactly. Take field trips to the museum because that helps them build their, economic base. But I don't know what's going on. That's another thing you should bring up at the school board meetings.
Right, exactly. But we're never going to get anywhere if we're dealing with a system that exploits us for profits. And we have to know that what those trickeries and that snakery that goes on to keep us down, under invested, less invested, and underserved, and miseducated. So we have to know the trickery that's going on and take it in our hands to do what we have to do to keep our children, because we have to keep passing the banner, because we're going to be gone. All this BS that they doing to us, and they doing it in a way with 30 years contract. Some of us going to be gone, or our mind's going to be gone.
Absolutely.
So we definitely going to have to pass all the knowledge to the youth and keep them informed to carry on.
Right. Well, one of the things that we want is to encourage the young people to learn what is taking place legislatively.
Yes.
And when you mentioned the school earlier, and the students were moved to, was it Garden City, I think, or somewhere?
Other district.
And that increases the money for them. And they tore down the school in Inkster. There wasn't anything wrong with this school. But anyway, they tore it down. And that reduced that population and that amount of money. And the issues that are taking place within the city of Detroit, we know that Dan Gilbert and others had what are they calling it, Detroit Project, and going up Woodward Avenue and taking some of those businesses that they can. And they ask for 35 years so that they won't have to pay taxes for 35 years.
Help me, somebody.
I know.
Help me.
That's bad. But see, the cute little thing they do is they use slick words so that many of the people won't know what they're talking about. When they say a tax abatement, that means they don't want to pay taxes for, and in this contract, 35 years. Now, to add insult to injury, Dan Gilbert's son is dead. Now, I don't remember hearing what he died from or anything, but he's dead. So, Dan Gilbert decides that he wants to have a restaurant and name the restaurant after his son. Now, he wasn't through.
Crazy.
The next thing was, I want a 35-year no tax on the restaurant named in my son's honor.
A tax abatement for 30 years?
Well, in this case, 35.
35 years? A tax abatement?
105, yeah, 105.
The people being robbed in their face every day.
Oh. I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said the people are being robbed in their face every day.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
There's an expression that I heard, and I'm one for expressions and little axioms, maxims, and stuff, but this is robbery without a gun. They didn't even have to put a gun to your head or to your back and say, give it up. They're just taking it. And we giving it up without even questioning it. It's like a status quo. And I would also add the word apathy has set in and has settled in so well that people just don't even seem to be connected anymore to reality.
Right.
That's it. That's it in a nutshell. The people do not know that they in the war. You don't even know you in the war.
Exactly.
So you don't fight. You don't even educate yourself to know how to fight. So you don't fight because you really believe that all of this is being normalized. So you're gonna go along with normalizing the test.
Right. Well, we are at the top of the hour, and we have to pause for the calls. And you're welcome to stay with us. And and those of you who are enjoying your orange juice, your coffee, milk, etc., call somebody, tell them to tune in, and we'll be back momentarily.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
Everybody settle. Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In a few seconds, you gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist a little turn, ta-da! It's showtime! It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome our first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Wallman.
Our wooden woman here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the
chew
that's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman. I am here to address all of your complaints and concerns. If you need assistance regarding city services, please contact my office at 313-224-6000 or contact us via email at ombudsman@detroitmi.gov. This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman.
You ready to put your podcast on iHeartRadio? Yes, your podcast on iHeartRadio. What about Alexa, Roku, Fire Stick, Apple TV, Android, or iPhone? Plus live TV streaming. Get your podcast seen and heard all over the world. Call 313-868-6612. Pre-recorded shows are accepted to be archived. This is a WHPR distribution platform. Download the app from the App Store. Go to WHPRTV.com. Channels available for lease 24/7 on Roku, Fire Stick, or Apple TV. Coming soon, subscription and pay-per-view.
Also,
Block Time is available. Get yours. Call 313-868-6612. That's 313-868-6612. Executive producer R.J. Watkins. Program director Henry Tyler. 107.5 FM WGPR HD2. RadioWeCanSee.com.
You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit.
2.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinda,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you.
Feedback.
Us along with you. And we are back. And we have Sly Mac on with us. And we're looking for you as well. You can call us 313-868-4336. You know, it's said, I just wanted to end the statement that I was making about Dan Gilbert and Illich and all of the others, Ross, and there's one other person, I think it's 4
Penske.
people. Penske, right, with that Detroit project. And they're going up Woodward Avenue. And they are buying out, condemning, whatever they have to do, it seems to me, to take those lots and properties. And it's supposed to be for the beautification of the city, of course, not to mention all of the income they're going to be making, because they also want to build hotels and apartment buildings, too, in some of those locations. But they're asking for 35 years tax elimination. And then I was ending it with saying that Dan Gilbert is working on a restaurant in his son's name. He has a son who's dead. And he also is asking for a 35-year no tax on that restaurant. So,
And you all in the viewing and listening audience are allowing or will permit that because your voices are not heard. And it's not like some of you don't know the information, but as Sly Mac and myself said, there's a certain apathy that's set in, and that apathy has caused you to become disconnected really with reality, because this is our reality, and we're disconnected, and we're into these reality shows and reality nonsense, but we're not dealing with the actual living reality. When you start talking about Social Security, you start talking about taxes, you're talking about our money. We're not talking about somebody else's money, and we're funding things that don't give us any return on it. Matter of fact, we're involuntarily funding. This is sort of like back in the day, I guess, during the colonial times with British and the American colonies at that time, 13 colonies, taxation without representation. You know, we're giving it up, but we're not getting nothing in return. And we don't really even care. We just struggle to work with what's left over from whatever they take from us. And we got to get beyond that.
We scrabbling for our own crumbs.
Right. Exactly. And
we just, because your silence is really violence. You like sheep adding to your own slaughtering because you don't get up and you don't educate yourself to know what's being done to you. That's unfair. And then when you think about it, we are the only ones that don't prepare legacies and prosperity for our future, our youth.
Yeah, every generation has to struggle, and it's even struggle harder. And as Theo said in the earlier part of the show, with the lack of education, the lack of really developing skills, and she did mention that the governor has passed something where children before they graduate need financial literacy. But we don't wait till the last minute. Never wait till the last minute to do something, because you may run out of time.
right.
And basically, we're in that position now where you look at the, I guess like one of the old soap operas, like the sands of the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. And the sand is not top heavy now, it's getting bottom heavy, which means we're running out of sand, which is basically running out of time. And for these, as Theo said, the 35-year deals, that's the time that we're dealing with. So that's a generation and a half, basically, when you're looking at 35 years. I guess they base generations for every 20, 21-year-old or something that becomes a new generation. So that's a generation and a half from where we're at now, who will will be so detached. It's sort of like the civil rights movement when you think about it. The civil rights movement galvanized us, and it galvanized us no matter whether, as Malcolm said, you're Methodist, you're Episcopalian, you're Baptist, you're still black, so you're still affected.
Mm-hmm.
But now with no movement going on, and certainly the leaders aren't there, then we lose even more. Now I'm going to digress for a moment, because last Monday you all missed Theo Broughton. You know why you missed Theo Broughton? Because she was receiving an award at the Detroit Athletic Club from the National Action Network, Reverend Charles Williams II. Sly Soul was there also. We had a wonderful time. Theo gave a nice speech saying how she, at the time, wanted to find something to do with herself, and that's what gave birth to Hood Research. And 30 plus years later, we're still going. And so I just want to give Theo her flowers now, so to speak, in words, and say congratulations again. And I want to say this too. And I know Theo wasn't ready for this part, but when I picked her up this morning, I just made it a point to look at some of the awards, whether they be in the form of plaques, statues. She's got at least 30 that I saw, whether they're on the mantelpiece, whether they're hanging on this wall and that wall. This lady has been out here grinding, as the young children would say. She's been grinding for over 30 years for the community. And she's going to give you some information if you want to grind with Hood Research. So before we wait till the end of the show, I'm going to let you give it now, Theo.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I have enjoyed it. I continue to enjoy interacting with the members in our community. You know, before the COVID was a pandemic all over the world. It started in 2019. Now people don't really want to believe that, but that's when it started. And the person who was president at the time, was going around saying it's a hoax. It doesn't exist. Oh, la la la. And during this time, we were receiving calls about people who were angry and upset. And what are you angry about? You know, and they were angry because the governor was addressing the issue, and found out with all of the learning and conferences and investigations she had going on that it was worldwide. And one of the best things to do was to shut down those locations where multitudes of people were gathering. Then we started hearing people say, I'm depressed, Theo. I just don't know what to do with myself. I'm sad. I'm just lonesome and I can't go out. I'm having cabin fever. So in talking with those involved with Hood Research, the decision was made that we would start a conference call. And the conference call was our answer to the loneliness and the anger and the upset and all that was going on in our community. And this year, we've been doing this now for 4 years. It doesn't seem like 4 years, but...
Wow, it's been that long.
What?
It's been that long? The Zoom?
Yes. Yeah, started 29.
Thank you for the Zooms, because I couldn't take the lockdowns either. We felt so disconnected, and you just helped our souls with that Zoom, and we still Zooming.
Right. Right. And for those, as the BD says, have pen and paper handy so that you can get the information. Every Saturday, we're on the phone from 3 p.m. until 6. No one is required to be on from 3 to 6, I guess, except me, but you can be in your backyard, in your car, your front porch, in your easy chair. You don't even have to get out of bed if you don't want to. Just pick up the phone and dial 1-978 area code. Phone number is 990-5000. Again, dial 1-978-990-5000. It rings one time, and then you're ready to put in an access code, which gives you access to all of us who are on the line. And the access code number is 338729. Press the pound key. Again, access code is 338729 and press the pound key. We're on from 3 p.m. until 6. We have meaningful conversation. We even have fun. We've had a comedian on, and we've had elected officials on. We've talked about all kinds of issues that are facing our community. You know, people.
And we had trivial questions to win prizes.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, her research always has to have some kind of raffle going on. And I think this coming Saturday we will again. And we're going to have a question. And people are
Also,
going to
you can go to hoodresearch.org. Those who are computer savvy and they want to use their computers or laptops, you go to hoodresearch.org, and they have a directory that shows you how to join the Zoom through your computers.
Right.
Shout out to Henry Teutsch for that.
Oh, absolutely. And the telephone number for Hood Research is area code 248-234-2371. Again, area code is 248-234-2371. We have a Facebook page. We encourage you to join the Facebook page. And also follow us on Twitter, now called X. You know, boy, we have some crazy people out there in this world. Twitter is changed to X. And I think it's the same person trying to go into outer space.
Yep,
Is it,
Elon Musk.
Elon.
And earlier last week, one of the trips had to be canceled. But I'm not clear on which group was trying to do this excursion into outer space. But other countries are trying to do the same thing. So stay tuned for all that information.
And also, don't forget to tell the people about the food co-op. They will also have 4 fully equipped shared use kitchen on the second floor. And just stay tuned for rental and rates and terms. So don't forget, we should have our food co-op open this year, I think, in March.
Yes. On Woodward and Euclid.
Yeah.
Right. That's the location.
Malik
for it.
Yakini.
Yes.
Shout out.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
Oh, yes. Brand new building. You know?
Those who have already got their membership, I know my family does.
Mine too.
Okay. We could become on the committees of decision making, and we can profit in shares.
Right. I'm so glad you mentioned that, because that is a wonderful thing to look forward to.
And this brother has dedicated himself from the Insa Roma Institute all the way up to today. He has been very dedicated to the community. They have the farm that's over there on Outer Drive off of Plymouth and Rouge Park. His brother's very dedicated.
Right. Oh, yes. And it's such a wonderful thing to look forward to. It gives you pride. It gives you excitement. It helps you understand that we can and are doing these things.
Yes, unity in the community.
Yeah, right.
Now, and the beautiful thing is that Brother Malik Yakini, what he has done is something that Dr. Claude Anderson tried a couple of decades ago, but of course, all the resistance downtown, because again, we didn't support what Dr. Claude Anderson had envisioned.
Yes, we had too many gatekeepers.
Yes, we did. Yes. Yeah. Not enough people understood.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And the school for the food, I forgot the name of it. The
Culinary Arts School.
Yes. Please don't let me forget any dates to support them.
Oh, well, February the 8th during Black History Month.
Legacy Buffet.
Yeah. Okay. You were going to say there's somebody on the other line?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're going to bring another caller in. Come on.
Hello, caller. You're on the air. Would you share your name and how you're viewing us, please?
Yes, this is Sister Henry, and I'm calling to say congratulations to Theo
Thank you.
from her regarding her award from NAN and her service to the community.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And we love you and what you do.
Oh,
Congratulations, Theo.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you for that. You know, it's just something that I would say comes natural because I didn't set out to do this, plan this. It is a response to people who are in need of assistance, recommendation, etc. And the fact that we do the calls on Saturday makes it wonderful because the other members of the community can call in and participate as well. You know, no one person knows everything. But there's a saying that I am because you are.
And I want to add that those who don't know, the motto of Hood Research is people would do better if they knew better. And a shout out to Brother Reginald Crawford, who is also the co-founder of Hood Research with Theo Broughton.
Right.
And I have one correction to make, and that is regarding Greenfield Village. It is in Dearborn, Michigan, area code 48124.
Oh, right. But the Henry Ford Museum, that's in Dearborn too?
Yes.
Okay. And it's right there off the service drive across from, what did I tell you the name of that hospital is?
Carmanos, I believe.
Carmanos Hospital, yeah.
Yeah, if you're traveling south on the Southfield Freeway, once you get past, I would say Joy Road, actually Warren, as you're traveling south on the Southfield Freeway, you will see signs that will direct you to exit either at, I believe it would be either Michigan Avenue, but it's probably somewhere in Oakwood area, and that would direct you to the museum. So for those of you who may be interested, I did take my granddaughter there last year. We were able to get on the bus that Rosa Parks was on, and we both took pictures on it, as well as there was an exhibit where they showed the waiting rooms for, back then they would say colored waiting room and white waiting room, and it showed the conditions where we just had benches, basically like a bleacher bench in a sports stadium, and where they had more, let's say comfortable accommodations, and then they showed the water fountains, colored water fountains, it's rusty, maybe the handle on it don't work so well, and they showed the one for, Caucasians. Of course, it was in much better condition. So there's a lot of our history there, and I took a lot of pictures because I think when we know, again, if you knew better, we do better. Once we know, you can't unlearn something that you learn. That's the beautiful thing about the mind. Once it's there, you may forget, but you can always at some point recall it. And we need to have these things so that we can recall them. And then, again, we establish unity with each other just based on the fact that we got that foundation, that common base.
And, on January the 15th, which is the day that has been set aside by the federal government in recognition of Dr. Martin Luther King, the Henry Ford Museum was open free of charge, along with all of the other museums and science centers. But it's interesting, there was not, at least I didn't see or hear of that publicity that families could have gone for free. It's
a well-kept secret for certain people.
Yeah. And this is annual that this is available on the day of observance. Say I guess if the 15th is on a Wednesday, they're still observing it on a Monday. You know how they extend the weekend.
Federal holiday.
So whatever, right. So regarding Dr. Martin Luther King, whose day has been set up as the 15th, they still use a Monday, and on that particular day, the museums and the science centers are open free of charge for the community. All of them.
I believe even Cranbrook, which is out there in the Bloomfield area, was also open. Yes. You know, that's interesting how they want to show a little love for one day of the year, and then the other 364, if it ain't a leap year, it's business as usual.
Yeah, right. Stepping on you. And gentrification, that's also known as Negro removal, for those who weren't clear. You know.
They're doing a lot of removal.
Yeah, right. And then
the sheep have to wake up. You just got to wake up, and then you have to participate either in saving yourself or to continue enslaving yourself.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, that's put well. And you know, we also have to dispel this little tricks in, and there are a lot of those going around. And that is affordable housing. That is a trick if I ever heard a trick. Affordable housing.
They really played with those words.
Huh? They what?
That was the word play. They was playing with those words.
Exactly. So I guess the first question is affordable for whom?
Exactly.
You know, right?
Yeah.
And
it does not say, or if it doesn't say based on income, you can throw that affordability out the window.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You have to specify the percentage of your income that could afford that building or that loft or that 1 and 2 bedroom. It's ridiculous. Whoever dreamed that they would come in here and fix up Claremont, and these people are paying like $4,000 to live in them houses down there. It's just rent. That's
Claremont?
not a mortgage. That's rent.
Oh, rent? What?
Yes, they came in and they fixed up all those places down there around Claremont.
Wow.
Down there by Rosa Park. All them nice big houses. And
yes.
Remember that lady was fighting for that area down in there?
Yeah, Joyce Moore. Yes.
They came in and they just did what they do, colonize and gentrify.
And that's from West Grand Boulevard going north towards 8 Mile, right? To Claremont.
No, this is Claremont right there by Rosa Park.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
They was fighting about that area. And
wait, let me tell you
Claremont.
this.
We talking Claremont.
Claremont and 12th Street. I don't call it Rosa Parks Boulevard. I'll tell you why I don't call it Rosa Parks Boulevard.
Oh, okay.
Because Hood Research did a
about 3 minutes.
Oh my goodness. Hood Research did a review from the river all the way to McNichols, or 6 Mile. Pictures and everything. A 20-page report. Pictures of those buildings and falling apart, not just street lights, but lamp poles on the ground. And I presented it to the city council. I had 10 copies, one for each council member and one for the clerk to file. Ask them, beg them, fix 12th Street. The woman is still alive. Rosa Parks was still alive. You wanted to look respectful for her. Do you know the woman died and they could not take her horse-drawn hearse down 12th Street? That's how bad it was.
Yeah, that was Virginia Park. That's the area.
Yes, right where the rebellion started on Claremont and 12th Street. Yes. Oh boy, we have so much to continue working on, and we're down to our last 2 minutes. And I don't know what happened to the clock this morning. There's something wrong with that clock. We got to check on that. Hey, talk about Hood Research. We're going to have to research that clock. But anyway, thank you for staying with us and having our panel discussion this morning. I really enjoyed that. And for those of you who have tuned in, you got to call in, jump in. The water's fine. And thank you so much for being with us. And remember, our conference call is this coming Saturday, as each and every Saturday we do from 3 p.m. until 6. Go to our Facebook page for the number or call the phone, and the numbers are on the phone as well, the number that I gave you. And we'll be back here. You know, as I always say, it's not necessary for you to know everything. But what is necessary is for you to know how to find what you need when you need it. Davidi?
And I want to say shout out to Brother Mark Cummings as well. And actually, I was just told we have 4 minutes from the engineer.
Oh, okay.
But
okay.
still, a shout out to Brother Mark Cummings, who also holds this seat down and does an excellent job at it. And even though we're a few minutes from closing, my statement to you all always is, if you want to be nothing, do nothing. But the only problem with doing nothing is you never know when you're finished. And we gave out information. Sly Soul gave out information, which I'm going to
I just wanted to say to Theo, thank you for everything. Congratulations. Thanks for what you know, knew, and do.
Oh, thank you.
And I want to repeat the information they were giving earlier. Sly Soul, we want to thank her for the Michigan Independence Redistricting Commission. If you want to have more communication about the meetings that they're going to have this week, you can dial area code 517-335-3333. Again, that's 517 area code 335-3333. Or you can go to www.michigan.gov/MICRC. I'll repeat that again. That's www.michigan.gov/MICRC. Because they're trying to disenfranchise you, take your vote. I mean, they're doing it all over the country, but we have to fight at home, and this is our fight. Otherwise, you'll be voting, and the people in Birmingham having more votes than the people in Brighton, since they're both connected at this point, will outdo whatever. I mean, it's just like having coffee. As Malcolm said, and he put it so eloquently. This one brother I love. He says, you got black coffee. It's hot, it's strong, it's black. You keep pouring cream into it. It ain't as hot anymore. It ain't as black anymore. And if you put too much cream in there, you'll never know you had coffee.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. I do want to say this, that for those who are tech savvy, you can go on to the Channel 7, which is WXYZ.com website. And Carolyn Clifford was the MC this past Monday at the Detroit Athletic Club for the brunch award ceremony by the NAN, National Action Network. And you can see a few little clips on the website, or their website.
Now we're at the wrap-up point. And when you go on that site that Theo said, click on for the 11 o'clock p.m. News show, because that's when you'll see Theo, Carolyn Clifford, Mark Cummings, and the Reverend Charles William II.
Mm-hmm. And you tap in CAC. What is it? CAC? DAC, Detroit Athletic Club. D like in David. Detroit Athletic Club. When you click that on DAC, it comes up. Okay, yeah. Well, in 30 seconds, I just want to invite you to join us this coming Saturday. Dr. Laura Kelly is expected to be with us. And one of the things she wants to talk about is lead. Oh, no.
Yes, I see it through 10 area code.
Yeah. And so she's going to be on to talk about not lead in the water, but lead in the bodies and how it can be eliminated. All right.
Yeah, I need that.
Yeah, okay. So we'll talk with you Saturday at 3 p.m.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton.
And I am Thabiti Mpinda.
Inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback,
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
And take us along with you. Feedback.